Today I'm going to explain what to do if you've got a small audience and a small budget but you still want to use Facebook ads. My name is James Booth and you are watching episode number 7 of Daily Marketing Hut 5. So yeah, 7 in a row now. Looking forward to this episode. I've got 3 questions to answer. If you watched yesterday's episode or the previous couple of days, you'll know that I'm currently reading a book called Become a Key Person of Influence by Daniel Priestley. And in that book he outlines 5 principles, if you like, that every key person of influence has. Yesterday I went over the first 3 of them, so watch episode 6 to catch up. There's 5 P's in total. So did the first 3 yesterday. Last 2 I'm going to go over today. That's what I read up on today. If you caught yesterday's video, then you'll know the first 3. Let me get this. Were pitch, product, publish. And today we're going to talk about profile and partnership. So those are the 5 P's. Profile, essentially, yesterday we talked about publishing content and getting articles, blog posts, a book out there and published. Profile is all about distributing that and building an online profile. Best way you can do that is with social media. So essentially what he says in the book is that if anyone was to go and Google your name, they're going to be able to find access to you, whether that's on Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, groups that you're in, and they're going to find your content. So that is build a profile online. The 5th point, or the 5th, what's the word I'm looking for? 5th point, let's go with that. 5th P was partnership, and that's all about building mutually beneficial partnerships with people. So that starts internally in your business with your employees, if you have employees. But it also means other influences within your niche and how you can leverage other people's assets, so like email lists other people have built, by helping them out. So if you've got a product which could help or which would interest their list, you could message them and ask them if they would be willing to promote your product, and you'll give them a percentage of that. So things like JV launches, affiliate deals, you could even create product bundles. So say you're a nutritionist, maybe you wanted to partner up with a personal trainer, something like that, and create like a full bundle which helps both you, the other business owner, and the client. So yeah, that was just a quick recap of the book I'm reading. Let's go on to today's questions. Like I say, I've got 3 questions for you. First one is, I have a small audience. Will Facebook ads still work for me? I have a small audience. Will Facebook ads still work for me? Depends what your goal is, but yeah, you don't. If you have an audience, like an email list, website visitors, or a following on Facebook, like people who like your page, your ads are probably going to perform better. They might be a bit cheaper, but you can still use ads if you're brand new. There's ways of targeting cold traffic. So you've got things like interest targeting, and you could target people based on Facebook pages they might have an interest in, books they might read, public figures they might follow. So you can use interest targeting. You've got demographic targeting still, so you could, if you go into the Ads Manager and into Audience Creator, you'll be able to take a look at all the different demographic options, and also behaviour. So there's 3 there: interest, demographic, behaviour. Interest is what people like, demographic, who they are, behaviour, what they do. So you've got all those options to find cold traffic that you can target. The one thing I would say is bear in mind, if you are targeting cold traffic, that these are people who have absolutely no idea who you are. So it's probably not a good idea to go asking for something straight out the box. Maybe you'll get away with promoting like a freebie or a webinar, something like that, but you might want to consider sending them to ungated content, so something like a blog post or a video or a podcast. Give them something of value first, and then use Facebook's retargeting feature to get them to take action. So once you've built sort of trust with them, and once they know who you are, once they know what you're about, they've visited your website and they've consumed your content, that's when you might want to try and get them into your world, if you like, by sending them to a lead magnet or a freebie. Question 2. Would you recommend placing ads in desktop newsfeed and the right-hand column, or is it an either-or sort of job? Personally, if I'm running, like the first ad I'll run will be just in the desktop newsfeed, or mobile newsfeed as well, but in the newsfeed. I'll put retargeting ads on the right-hand column, but I won't generally put sort of my main ad in there. Reason being is it just doesn't stand out as much in the right-hand column. Like I say, it's good for retargeting because it catches attention if people have already seen it, but you can't get as much copy in there. The headline's not as big, it just doesn't stand out as much. So I'll put my main ads in the newsfeed and I'll use the right-hand column to retarget. That being said, I'm an advocate of testing, so there's no real reason why you can't just run ads in the right-hand column. Test it out, see what works for you and your business. Question 3. I have £400 spent on Facebook ads, building up to my launch and for the launch. How shall I allocate it? Go. Ooh. To be honest, I think if it was me and you're launching, I'd invest all that £400 into a webinar, or maybe 2, split it. No, I'd go with 1. With £400, yeah, invest it all into one webinar. You can expect to get leads for 2 or 3 quid. It's a 100, 75 to 100 people on the webinar. Depends on the price of your product, but you can expect to get 1 or 2 sales with that many people on there. See if those numbers work for you. That being said, I might invest £350 into the webinar, so £350 going straight into the webinar, saving £50 for retargeting. Yeah. So what happens when you go live, sometimes your phone face plants. So yeah, I might invest £350 into promoting a webinar, 50 quid into a remarketing campaign, so people who viewed the webinar, retargeting them with an ad for your product or service, whatever it is you're selling. But yeah, that's what I'd probably do. If you've got, so if you've got £350 paid for one webinar, I would split that up, so you'd want to do some testing. So split that £350 amongst, say, 10-15 different ads. So you might want to test out some different audiences, different copy, different headlines. If you watch yesterday's video, I'll talk a bit more. Was it yesterday's video? Just check. No, if you watch... Which episode was it? I talked about... Sorry, bear with me. Yeah, so if you watch episode 4, I talk about testing in more detail. And how I test my ads, but yeah, you'd want to split that £350 up and test it. Right, it says my connection's going on my end, so I'm going to finish up now. As always, share this video out if you found it useful, and I'll speak to you tomorrow. Peace out.